Yeah,
Different. There's two different cans.
Weird.
Oh, this is from the 12 pack.
Oh.
Maybe this is not for.
Oh, yours is labeled. It's a white can with a label,
yeah.
and his is printed.
This is in the 12 pack.
What's the date on yours?
Gin and tonic, baby.
Yeah, maybe.
Sometimes we want to be done with beer for a minute.
I can't read it.
I bought a ticket for something that isn't here, and I'm going to fucking get it.
Okay. Let's just do our open.
Hey, Rob.
Andrew Bauman.
How you doing, bud?
Good, man. It is halfway through CBC.
Craft Brewers Conference in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Right, and we are here at the Omni Hotel in support of our brother in beer,
And in much appreciation and thankfulness.
Paul Leone,
Yes.
executive director, and he is working with a company, and we're going to get to talk to that gentleman in a little bit that works in spirits, and unfortunately they couldn't bring their spirits because of laws and stuff. Are we familiar with that or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Especially on the spirit side, beer, they seem, generally laws are a little more flexible. Spirits, pretty hardcore, which I appreciate.
Yeah, so I was intrigued because they sometimes take beer and make them into beer schnapps, but they will, I believe, custom craft a spirit for your business, and they do work with breweries. So that's the reason why I just decided we would record this.
Cool.
But let me ask you a couple things. Monday and Tuesday, do you have any immediate takeaways so far? Any impressions?
Monday was a free day.
Yes.
We didn't really have any actual conference seminars to go to.
I slept
It is-
in because I stayed out late on Sunday. I slept in. You also slept in.
I also slept in.
No, I'm just talking about like favorite places, things that you didn't. I've been trying to get a beef Manhattan, which is an open-faced sandwich with beef and gravy and mashed potatoes. And we went to Shapiro's where they have it, but I already knew you can't get it until after 4. And then I tried to lobby unsuccessfully to go to this place called John's Stew, which is
They
a little
have
bit
a
weird.
Manhattan sandwich?
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
So
wow.
It might be the province of prior to the airport. I'm going to have to go grab
We
it.
have a whole day Friday.
Right.
I would say I went to the most dog-friendly brewery I have ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, which one was that?
It starts with the letter M.
Metazella.
Yes.
We have one of their IPAs in our refrigerator. I had one during our downtime today.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
they had giant breed dogs there too.
Every breed of dog. There was the biggest German Shepherd I've ever seen in that place. There were 10 dogs just hanging out at the counter while people were trying to order beer. I did hear yesterday a little feedback from someone who said, it's all fine and good until it starts raining,
Oh, it smells like wet dog.
and then it's not as great. So that is an interesting take. I definitely encourage more breweries to welcome dogs if it is acceptable in their locale.
Right.
Also, during the conference, they have a puppy play area where you can go hang out with some dogs,
Right,
pet them.
right.
And they had dogs roaming around, essentially therapy dogs. Did we steal therapy dogs from the hospital? Because now I feel bad.
At the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was something like stop for a pause or something like that, or they used play on pause.
Something like that.
I had some. Well, we went to see the live broadcast of All About Beer with, and specifically M. Sauter and Don Say, and then Brew to Brew with the brewer from I can't remember. They're out of Ohio. Fretboard. We don't get their beers, so.
Okay. You went. I didn't go, but yeah.
And Mitch Steele. So.
I wasn't there.
And
If I had known, I would definitely have gone. Because Mitch Steele is a god.
I talked to him because I'm going to Atlanta in 2 weeks, and I'm also going to see JP Watts.
Nice.
At Scoff Rock.
From Scoff Rock.
And then we're
Former Arizona resident JP.
right, and also going to go to the Brick Store because they have an entire cast program.
So, wait.
It's a craft beer bar. They have an entire
Oh, I thought it was a store of just Domino's or Legos.
bricks. Yeah, no. So that was a highlight. Everything's very affordable here, and you can get around quickly.
Another conversation I had, I was walking into the conference today with Noreen from Iowa,
Yeah,
and she skipped Vegas. Said, I don't want to be someone just like wandering around Vegas by myself. And also everything is super expensive. So I skipped last year and I am shocked. Like beers are $6 in Indy.
yeah.
And even in Iowa, it's way more expensive there.
Yes, it is. I'm recently being there. Yes, $8 some places. But the Uber rides, 15-minute Uber ride, $8 maybe.
Oh, I don't Uber, I only scoot.
Yeah, I'm just telling you.
This is my second 60-minute scooter
Yeah, I'm on that
thing,
too.
and it's $15 for 60 minutes of scooting. It's great. I have 7 minutes left on my second card.
Nice. I just re-upped today for my second hour. But like sometimes you get like a $4 Uber ride, and you're like,
What? That
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
no, I know. We had lunch the other day, sandwich, a beer, and a side, and I was like, this would have been like $40 in Phoenix, and it was like,
$18.
Yeah. yeah.
Plus.
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
So I don't know what size of a city Indianapolis is, but you can get around pretty well. It rained yesterday. There was a Pacers Bucks game. It didn't really make it that hairy. I thought it was going to really mess up the entire night, but it was an early game and
Super easy. I had to go by the stadium on my way to my events last night. So on my scooty. And there were a lot of people in these crazy yellow and blue shirts. I assume that was them. And a lot of cop cars.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cop cars in this town.
I haven't seen any.
Whole Foods was entirely surrounded by cop cars every time I went.
That's right.
But
Well,
that is where the police station is, but still.
Well, we also heard that the drugs are that way.
The drugs are also
Yeah.
that way. Yeah.
The drug area.
No.
That's all right.
You're all right. You're right.
Ken agreed.
Yeah. I went to a craft brewers conference tiki bar event last night, which was very enjoyable. That was John Hopp's company. It's kind of hard to say. There's also another John L, John I, John H,
Don't know.
something Haas, and they were making tiki drinks and also spritzing them with their hop extracts. The drinks were great. I don't know if the hop extracts added anything, but it was definitely different from the other events that happen around CBC. It was very cool, fun. It got so crowded that they started having to make people leave because they were over capacity.
Well, it is called Inferno.
The Inferno Room. We don't want to overstock the Inferno Room.
I
But it was great.
was there the night before, and I didn't have a great beverage experience. I thought it was a great place, and we had fun. But whatever they served me that was flaming, and I got 2 of them for some reason. I didn't order; it was presented to me, and then they were short. So John Hall and I shared one, but it was like, this tastes like cinnamon toast crunch and something with a lot of savory umami. And it
weird.
didn't really.
Our drinks were fantastic. I was surprised because he was hand mixing every drink for every order. And when you're expecting to have 100 people enter your space at one time, that is a tall order for any bartender, especially when you're adding flowers and fresh fruits and pineapple leaves and a straw and spritzing them with hop stuff.
Right.
It wasn't very fast, but they were very delicious. So. I unfortunately was there early, and I walked in, and they're like, "Oh, that's not till 7." So I went back to Chili Waters, where we went on Sunday.
Yeah.
Virginia Craft Brewers Guild was having their member meetup there. They had about 30 people that were from the guild that hung out, and that was nice. They invited me. I took a bunch of pictures for them because then they could all be in the picture.
Right.
And the Pacers game was on the TV, and all the bartenders were dressed up, and it was a little bit crazy but very, very nice.
I talked to a lot of people who got a very inexpensive ticket to the Pacer game, and they stuck it out. They saw the Pacers come from behind, and then miraculously win in the second overtime, or first overtime.
Our guild member, Phoenix Beer Co., sent Marisa Bernal out to the conference, and she went with her parents last night to the game. And they were like, it was incredible.
Poor
Incredible.
Bucks. Poor Milwaukee Bucks.
$40 ticket
Yeah.
for like upper row, but you know, that's cool.
Yeah. So guild stuff. We have new directors, Tennessee and Wisconsin and New Jersey. So it's been fun talking to them, getting spun up, getting psyched. You know, sort of drawing upon their excitement.
There's Jersey right there.
Right on. So there was that. We talked a little bit about nonprofit foundations that can be associated with the Guild and scholarships and funding. Lisa Parker from the North Carolina Guild won her group, represented by her and her efforts to build a foundation to fund businesses that experience damage or loss of business.
Relief efforts from Hurricane Helene.
Right, yeah. And,
it was amazing. She gave an incredible speech.
Yes. And she talked a little bit about the nuts and bolts of it in the context of what we're talking about in terms of foundations. As you know, we have one of those. We started that probably well before a lot of these other ones did. But you know, we also made some strategic errors on that we're going to step through.
Which will happen.
Yeah.
But there's ways to fix them.
Yeah. And then the topic. What was the topic the day before? Guild's topic.
Membership.
Membership.
In both retaining brewery members, finding new brewery members, and allied members.
I saw you taking copious notes.
I took copious notes. It's very inspiring when I get to hear the stories and the experiences of other guild members.
Yeah.
We don't get that a lot. Often once a year, sometimes twice a year.
Right.
But learning so much from what they've done and how to make our guild more effective, more useful to our members, and just a better organization overall. It's very exciting.
You know what I'm struck by is the things that we've tried that don't work, but someone else has tried that work, or vice versa. And like, it might just be about when you roll it out.
It's the timing, it's the marketing of it, I think, sometimes. There's a lot of things that go into it. And it means, like, if you tried something once and it didn't work, but you believe in it, try it again. And think about it a little harder about why it didn't work and what you can do differently.
Right. And it, led me to think that maybe we could bring back some ideas that ran in our course, but maybe not everyone's familiar with the program that we laid out. So,
could be. Thank you for spending time here and helping with all of this. It's very kind of you. We're doing a podcast. It's episode 152. No, you're good. He's not going to edit it. You're still in it.
No, you're not.
Bring your face into
The
it.
immortal Jamie Foxx is with us. But it's not the Jamie Foxx thing.
Not that Jamie Foxx, yeah.
She does get like more reservations at restaurants based on her name. You get an open table and you just say you're Jamie Foxx.
Right. I spent a lot of time on the floor of the conference, the expo, and meeting with members of our guild, potential members, and learning more about what they think the guild can do to help their business, which is what we're here for, and how they can help our members. So it's cool.
Tonight there's a number of other events, more networking. I might drop into the Ohio thing right after this. They have an engagement at St. Joseph's. I have to
go there.
I had a Pope meal stout. Pope.
I love it.
It's a church inside of a church.
Yes.
Very beautiful.
I want to go there.
Also, the Michael J. Jackson Foundation is having their get together at 7 or 8.
Yes.
So there's that. But I want to take a break because I want to.
Wait, we are not taking a break. We are going to wrap it up.
No. We need to talk to our guest.
All right. Well, before I go and you finish that conversation, I wanted to thank huge marketing company for the free t-shirt. These are my friends from Salt Lake. I was freezing cold and I went up and said, hey, can I please have one of your display sweatshirts? And they said, yeah, we have 2 of this, so you can have one of them. And so I do.
You have Uinta Brewing
I have
Company.
Uinta Brewing Company. I'm not thanking them because they didn't pay for it or anything. But yeah, but it's weird. I'm an Arizona brewery guild director walking around repping a Utah brand. It's totally fine.
What's the merchandise company?
Huge.
They're named Huge.
Huge.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
you're describing them.
They
They're a
also-
huge marketing, whatever.
They also made for the Utah
Jazz
Festival
Oh.
2 years ago. They made shirts for them. And that's where I met them. I went and visited their factory. And so then when I came by yesterday, they're like, oh, how's it going? I'm going to be in town next week. Oh, cool. Here's a card. Come by. We'll give you a tour. Said, sweet. And then today I went and stole their sweatshirt.
Right on. Would you like to interview our guest, or should I?
That's all you. I don't know what he does.
All right. He's going to have to sit in a little stool, though. I don't know if that...
I think you'll sit here and he'll sit
They
there.
can,
Okay.
he can sit in the chair.
We can get a new chair.
Okay, we'll do a new chair. All right.
You want me to get a new chair?
Yeah, that's...
All right. All right.
Arizona is a wildly beautiful place, brimming with over 100 brewing companies.
I'm Rob Fulmer, the Director of Government and Community Affairs for the Arizona Craft Brewers Guild. I'm joined by Executive Director Andrew Baum.
Together, we cover the state, bringing you the best of what's happening at our breweries and beyond. Welcome to Arizona Beer Front.
Okay, so we do a video.
Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Matan.
Matan, yes.
Matan, tell us a little bit about the company that you have. I was excited to hear that you're doing something different, and I like to talk to people who are at our Brewers Conference that see an opportunity, and I kind of want to understand a little bit about, well, just tell me what you do.
So we're basically helping brands create their own spirit. So about 12 years ago,
Yes.
I went to study winemaking,
Okay.
and then went to study whiskey making in Scotland.
Okay.
And then I wanted to work on building my own distillery. And at some point, we solved a lot of the challenges that we faced
Right.
with my team, with technologies.
Right.
And then we decided that instead of creating our own spirits, it might just, take our insights and build a company that helps other people create their spirits.
Right.
And because we really like beer,
Right.
and we like flavors,
Right.
we started working with a few breweries,
Right.
and we started distilling their beer into gins,
Right.
into whiskey, won a few awards, and we thought, okay, this could actually work.
So what is the name of your company?
Verse still.
Verse Still, and you are based out of New York?
Princeton, New Jersey.
Princeton, New Jersey.
Yeah.
But you will work across the country?
Yeah, no, so for now we work mostly in New York.
Okay.
Some work in Rhode Island.
Okay.
We're thinking of expansion.
Uh-huh.
It's only a question of critical mass.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's unique to me, what's exciting to me is sometimes people ask about why beer cultures in other areas, and I'm like, when you go to Germany, it's not a big deal to go and get some beer schnapps.
Yeah.
And these days, Underberg is very popular. It's not the same, but it's a similar experience, right?
Yes.
Like these two things working together instead of opposite. And I do work with a lot of distillers, and to me, it's like same with breweries. Like they want to make a beer and they want to put their name on it. They want to identify with it, and it's super interesting to me that your impulse is like, I want to help other people out. I want to help other businesses. I'm assuming, talk to about their flavor profiles or what kind of image they want to project. Am I getting this right?
Yes, and I think for me, my personal egotistic interest, I get to meet a bunch of very interesting people that create much better flavors than I would just thought about. And we help them. We help them create what they want to create.
Right.
So sometimes, if you're a brewer, you don't necessarily have the skill set in spirits.
Right.
And we either give you like the tools or we do it for you. Like
Sure.
that's the general idea.
This is excellent because people ask me what my favorite beers are when I come in. It's like, I want to tell you about the people I talked to.
Yeah.
The beers we had were incidental, and the other thing that works for us is people say, I didn't open a restaurant with my brewery because I don't know how to do that, or I didn't do this because I didn't know how to do that. I'm like, you don't have to know how to do a lot of these things. You just have to find the right people, and you sound like you're the right person for a lot of people.
First of all, I appreciate it. I'd say, I think a lot of the founders out there. I have a buddy of mine who sold a company, raised a few hundreds of millions to kind of build it and sell it.
Yeah.
He sent me a note at some point, and the note says, "We're not doing it because it's easy." And there's a small print saying, because we thought it's going to be easy.
Hey, listen, I know you're in the middle of wanting to talk to a bunch of people. I just appreciate your time. I wanted to understand it. I wanted you to tell your story, and I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thanks, Rob.
See, that was easy.